Let's get started with a floating split squat for our warm up. So what do we do there? We take 1 foot behind, we go into a split squat without touching that back foot to anything. Now it's okay if you have like a finger on a wall or a chair or something next to you for balance. But essentially we're going to be going back on one leg. So the question this morning that I was asking everyone was, if you had to sit somewhere for 12 hours or 10 hours, but it could be wherever you want, doing whatever you want, what would it be? For me, I am saying I would be on an airplane to visit some faraway country, because that would mean that the pandemic is not as much of a concern anymore and I feel safe traveling. So that's my answer. Switch legs. So Becky, what about you? Where would you, what would you be doing if you were sitting for 10 hours, but you could do anything you want?
Beer.
Oh, looking at the ocean with a beer, that sounds so nice. What about you, Patience and Beth? What would you be doing if you had to sit for 10 hours? Legs? Good. Double header. That would be fun, right? Remember going to sporting games? All right, we're switching legs if you didn't catch that. All right, Liz and Jill, what about you? 10 hours of sitting, what would you guys be doing? We'll both be hanging out at the beach. I love that. All right, next warm-up activity. We're gonna go to the wall for some triangle push-ups, and you're gonna alternate arms. So you're gonna make that triangle with your hands, right? Index fingers and thumbs together at the wall. And I want you to alternate arms. So we're warming up the triceps, the arms, the chest a little bit here. Just going back and forth with that for a little bit. Julie, what about you? If you had to sit for 10 hours, what would you be doing? Peaceful, sitting at a lake house. Nice. What about you, Catherine? What would you be doing for 10 hours? Oh, wow. It sounds like we just need to have one big beach party, right? Just all hanging out at the beach. All right. Keep going on those triangle alternating wall presses there. Good. Christy, what about you? Are you going to say the beach, or would you be doing something else for 10 hours? All right, definitely heavy on the beach crowd today. All right, next warm-up activity and last one is we're going to do kind of like a slowed down version of a skater touchdown. So you're going to stay in place and you're going to reach right hand to the left ankle on the floor. Let me make sure you can see me here on the floor. And then you're going to twist that other hand up to the ceiling. So this is kind of a nice way. And you're going to do the other side, left hand to the right floor ankle, and then you're reaching that other hand up to the ceiling. And we're going to alternate back and forth. So this, you'll feel a little stretch through your backside. It's a nice way to warm up your low back, giving yourself some range of motion there. Yeah, if you had to sit for 10 hours, what would you be doing? In the woods. Really nice. Okay. All right, keep going here. Just keep warming this up. So today is a repeat of the first workout we did this month. And the first part of it is an accumulator. And then the second part is going to be that fitness assessment where we refer back to the note we wrote ourselves in the first session, kind of gauge a difference in how you're feeling today from then. Okay, so let's get started. Let's grab your chair. You'll need, for this first 10 minutes, you will be using a chair for every exercise. I'm going to review the 5 exercises that we're doing here briefly. The first is going to be a split squat. So you're going to take 1 foot back on the chair, Other foot is a few feet in front of the chair and you're going down into a squat like this. Now, if you prefer, you don't have to use the chair. You can also just kind of kickstand that little foot behind you and go into a squat like this. So that foot behind you will be on your toes. Secondly, you'll be on the mat for the next two. So you're going to be doing a crunch up off the mat and then tap your heels on top of the seat and go to the other side. So you'll be crunching up, tap your heels and go to the other side. Next up is a hip bridge. So be doing this, lifting the hips off the mat. Fourth is a tricep dip, which I'll show you a couple different things we can do. If the tricep dip doesn't work for you, you can do those triangle push-ups on the wall because that is actually tricep focused in that position. If you have weights and prefer to do tricep extensions, that works too. So there's a couple different options for you there if the chair tricep dip does not work for you. And then the other thing is push-ups, which I want you to do whatever version that you're comfortable with. So you can do some wall push-ups or you can do push-ups on the chair like this. So, and you can also take one leg forward if you need to in that push-up position. So we'll get started here. 30 seconds for each exercise. And we are going to start with those split squats. So let's get into position. One leg back on the floor or on the chair, starting in 3, 2, and 1. Good. So we'll switch to the other leg halfway through here. 3, 2, 1, switch. Three, 2, 1. 30-second rest. The next time we do those split squats, and then we're going to add in that crunch with hitting the legs on the chair. So we'll be on the back. Just to review the one we're going to, crunching up, tap, leg to the other side. Crunching up, tap, leg to the other side, okay? So we're starting with those split squats in 3, 2, and 1. Go down. Keep your chest up nice and tall with these. Try to sink straight down into your heel. Not leaning forward, but standing up nice and tall. Switch sides. Three, 2, and 1. Onto the mat. Starting those heel crunches. So we're going to crunch up, tap the heels on the chair, bring the heels to the other side and lay down. Crunch up, tap the heels to the other side of the chair. Good. Keep it up. 3, 2, and 1. Rest for 30. All right, so the next time we're going to add on those hip chair bridges. So we'll be transitioning right from that crunch we just did into the hip bridges. So we are starting with the split squat here. Let's get into position. And starting in 3, 2, and 1. Challenge yourself. We're only doing a few on each side, so go deep as you can into this squat. And switch sides. Three, 2, and 1. Onto the mat for those crunching hip taps. Crunch up, tap the bench or chair and get back to the other side. Crunch up, heel tap on the chair to the other side. Excellent. Okay, next up, adding on those hip chair bridges in 3, 2, 1. Hips up to the ceiling and then lower back down. At the end of that range of motion, when you're pushing those hips up to the ceiling, try to squeeze your glutes. Get an extra ½ inch out of it or an inch. That's really going to give you some extra work in those hips. Excellent. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay. Next exercise to add on, we're going to be doing those triceps. So like I said, the tricep dips in the chair. You can also do those triangle push-ups as long as you keep your elbows into your side, or if you have weights and want to do like an overhead tricep extension, if that works for you, go for it. So starting with the split squats again in 3, 2, and 1. And switch sides. And 3, 2, 1, onto the mat for those crunches. Crunching with the heel tap on the chair. Remember to keep your gaze straight above your head at that imaginary or real spot on the ceiling. Get your neck in a good position there. And 3, 2, 1. Feet on the chair for the hip bridge. That's great. Keep it up. Really squeeze those glutes as you push in towards the ceiling. And next up, we're going to add on triceps, so whatever variation of that you like to do, starting in 3, 2, and 1. Okay, 30-second rest in just about 10 seconds. Three, 2, and 1. Okay, next round is the final round. So the last thing we're going to add on is push-ups in whatever flavor you enjoy of those. So you can do a wall push-up or a push-up on your knees, or use that chair to get into a nice push-up position here. All right, starting with the split squats in 3, 2, and 1. Last round. Switch sides. Three, 2, 1, onto the mat for your heel tap crunches. Keep it up. Chair hip bridges are next. Starting in 3, 2, and 1. Bridge those hips up. Keep up the good work. 10 seconds to go. And then we head into triceps next. 3, 2, 1, triceps. Okay. Last 10 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Push-ups. Go into it. Whatever version you want to do there. Last exercise before we get to rest for a couple minutes. Keep moving. Almost there. 3, 2, and 1. All right. Let's take a couple minutes. You can move that chair away. You won't need that for the next thing that we're doing. So the next thing we're doing is that fitness assessment. It'll take us about 10 minutes to do. So I do want you to pull out that little note that you made for yourself, if you have it, from the first session, where I had you write down the number of exercises that you ended up doing, maybe even a few qualitative notes like how you felt when you're doing it. So I'm going to review again what we do with this exercise. So every round, and there's 10 rounds, starts out with 20 seconds of pulsing half squats. So we've done those before, but just a little reminder, you'll be staying down into a pulsing half squat. So every round starts out with 20 seconds of that. And then the other 40 seconds of the round, you have all that 40 seconds to do 1 push-up and 1 skater touchdown on each side. So the skater touchdowns are like that. So your first round is going to be 1 push-up, 1 skater touchdown. Second round is 2 push-ups, 2 skater touchdowns, so on and so forth, adding 1 for each round. And the goal is to either beat the number that you wrote down for the first session. And if you don't beat it, that's not like, it's not a victory, because chances are, even if you get the same number, if you look back at the notes, like writing how you felt when you're doing it, that you'll probably feel a little bit better because you've gained some fitness throughout the month. So the goal is to either complete it in the same number that you did last time, feeling better, or even beat your number from last time. So that is what we are into here for the next 10 minutes. And just a reminder, so I know there are several variations of push-ups that we can be doing, and you try to think back to which one you did for the first session and do them that way. But if you can't remember, I just advise you to do the kind of push-up that you can do 10 of easily, because we end up doing a lot of push-ups here. So you want to start out with something that you can easily do 10 of. So whether that's on a wall or on your knees on the mat, just pick that version to go with. So we're going to start here and begin with our 20 seconds for the first round, 20 seconds of pulsing half squats in 3, 2, and 1. Pulsing half squat. Okay. All right, so in a few seconds, we're going to do 1 push-up and 1 skater touchdown on each side. And go. 40 seconds to complete that. And 1 on each side. Okay. First round seems like nothing, right? But this is one of those ones that does escalate pretty quickly, as they say. So we have about 15 seconds before we start with the pulsing half squats again. And 3, 2, 1. Pulsing half squat. Keep it up. And 3, 2, 1. 2 push-ups, 2 skater touchdowns on each side. Okay. 25 seconds to rest. Really proud of you guys for coming through this whole month. You really have stuck with it, and it's going to show. I'm excited to see where we're at the end of this fitness assessment. I'm excited for all of you. Okay, starting with the next round, pulsing half squats in 3, 2, and 1. All right, going to push-ups in 3, 2, 1. 3 push-ups, 3 skater touchdowns. This is 3 on each side for those skater touchdowns. Starting to pick up a little bit now. Got to be fast on those skater touchdowns. So remember, we're going up 1 each round. If you max out and can't go any further, just keep repeating that each round, whatever number you get to. Pulsing half squats, go. So in other words, if you make it to 5 push-ups and 5 skater touchdowns and the time runs out, just keep repeating that round until the end of the workout. 3, 2, and 1. 4 push-ups, 4 skater touchdowns on each side. All right, looking good. 15 seconds. Okay, we're headed into round 5 here. Pulsing half squats in 3, 2, and 1. So round 5 is 5 push-ups, 5 skater touchdowns on each side. Starting with the push-ups in 3, 2, and 1. Ooh, it's getting hard, right? Got to keep up, though. You're doing great. 10 seconds left here. Heading into round 6. 3, 2, and 1. Pulsing half squat. Okay. So round 6 is 6 push-ups, 6 skater touchdowns, if that's where you're at. If not, just keep pushing yourself to stay at whatever level you get to with this round. And go, push-ups. "23 seconds. Whew. 10 seconds. Whoa. We only went up to 12, but it felt like a lot more, huh? On that round. Okay, pulsing half squats and go. This is round 7. Just 3 minutes left of work before we get to rest and recover. You got this. Keep up with it. You can do it. 3, 2, 1. Push-ups and skater touchdowns. 7 of each if you're there. $20 seconds. 10 seconds. Okay. You got this. 8. Round 8 starts now. Pulsing half squats. Okay. And 3, 2, 1. Push-ups and skater touchdowns. This is round 8. 8 of each if you're there. Keep it up. 24 seconds. $10 seconds. Okay, so close. Starting with those close squats in 3, 2, 1. Next to last round after this. We only have 1 more round. You're so close. Oh, it burns. It's hard, but we're so close. Keep going. 3, 2, 1. Round 9. 9 if you're there. Whew. 25 seconds. Keep it up. $13 seconds. So close. 5 seconds. Keep it up. 3, 2, 1. Last round. Pulsing half squats. Get into it. You're almost there. Less than a minute of work left. Light at the end of the tunnel, folks. We are so close. Push-ups in 3, 2, 1. Round 10. Last one. This is it. Keep it up. 20 seconds. $10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Wow. Good job, everyone. Way to push yourself. Ooh, we're going to rest for a minute now. More than a minute. Recover from that. So I'm interested if anyone feels like they did better or had any success or difference, felt the same. Anybody want to share? It's okay, you don't have to. That's really great. I actually, since starting Fitcamp, I've even noticed an improvement in myself because I mean, I work out several days a week, but normally don't do as many push-ups as we end up doing in Fitcamp. And even I've noticed an improvement in my own ability to do push-ups. So, you know, if anyone else feels the same way, but it's been kind of cool. Yeah, well, I'd be surprised if that wasn't the case. That should feel a little easier. I mean, push-ups are not easy to begin with, but doing them after a while, you get better at them for sure. So we're going to give it another few seconds here. Let me just explain what's on tap. So next, we have a brief 4-minute Tabata workout. So that is 20 seconds of work and 10 seconds of rest. So we're going to start out with some knee crusher exercises. So that will be, let me just demonstrate that one for you. I've done these before where you're envisioning crushing something on your knee. So you're starting with your hands up and then kind of taking that one leg back and forth, bringing that knee up in your imaginary. You can crush whatever you want, right? This is your workout. So whatever you need to have crushed this morning. So we'll do those on for the first half of the workout. And then we'll switch to a pop squat for the second half. So I need to show a couple variations for that. So for the pop squat, generally speaking, this is a pop squat where you're in that high plank position and you're jumping your feet up and standing up. But one way you can do that may feel better for some of you is to walk those feet up. So you can walk up like this and go into a stand and then kind of slow lower yourself back down and walk those feet back out. So that is something that may be helpful for some people. So we're going to get started here with those knee crushers. Let's start by bringing our left knee up. So we're going to start in 3, 2, and 1, left knee. So this is 20 seconds of work. So you really, not that much work, so you really want to work as hard as you can. You want to be glad for that 10-second rest afterwards. Because you really need it because you've been working hard. 3, 2, 1, rest. All right, so other side is next. We're going to bring the right knee up. And 3, 2, and 1. So forcefully bringing that knee up, forcefully pushing it back behind you. And 3, 2, and 1, rest. Okay, we are back to the left side, starting in 3, 2, and 1. Okay, keep it up. And 3, 2, and 1. All right, rest for a second. Right side is next. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Right knee up. And 3, 2, 1. Okay, so we have two minutes left of Tabata workout. The rest of it is the pop squats or the pop walk-ups like we talked about. 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Stopping in 3, 2, 1. While you're resting, I forgot to show a variation for that. You can do your chair, right? And hop up and stand up like that. So forearms on the chair, hop up and stand up. And now go back to the next set. Go. 3, 2, and 1. Rest. Okay, just one more minute of work and go. And 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Last round. And go. Last time with the pop squat. So close. 5 more seconds. And time. Okay. Great work, everyone. Let's rest for another couple minutes. You have earned it. The rest of the exercise for today is going to be core. So we're going to be doing 40 seconds of work and 20 seconds of rest. Everything will be on the mat because we're doing core. So the first round, we're going to still rest for another minute or so here, but I'll demonstrate the first round. And these are things I think most of it we've done before, but just a refresher. We're going to be plank, hip abduction out to the side, and then hip extension. So you're keeping that leg straight, side tap, and then up to the ceiling. Second exercise will be keeping one leg straight, and you're crunching up to tap the ankle of the opposite leg. So like your right arm will go to your left ankle kind of thing. And then last but not least, we'll be doing a straight arm crunch. The arms will be straight and you'll be going into a crunch. Okay, so get started in a few seconds here. Catch your breath, get a drink. Everyone's doing great this morning. Okay. All right. So 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest. So get into position for those planks. The planks can be done on a chair if you prefer to have your body in that position. We're going to be starting in 3, 2, 1. Plank with the top of the toe to the side and then tap, raise that foot to the ceiling. Just keep alternating sides. Tap out to the side, raise to the ceiling. Good. All right, keep it up. Final 10 seconds. A nice 20-second rest after this. And 3, 2, and 1. Okay. On to your back. Let's start with the left leg bent, right leg straight. You'll be taking your right hand, aiming for your left ankle. It's okay if you don't actually touch, but that's what you're aiming for. 3, 2, 1, and start. Here again. What do I always say with the crunch? Pick that spot straight above your head in the ceiling and stare at it. It'll keep your neck from bending too much. Switch legs, right knee bent, left leg straight. Taking that left hand to the right ankle. And 3, 2, 1, rest. Okay, so the next is your straight arm crunch. Arms are just going to be straight up in the air. Try to keep those elbows pretty much locked out straight. And you're just going to be going into a crunch and then a slow lower back down. You crunch up and slow lower. So we're starting that one in 3, 2, and 1. Halfway. Last 10 seconds. Keep it up. 3, 2, and 1. Rest for 20. This time we're going to add something a little different. We're going to do the plank like before, but you're going to be going into a typically referred to the Spider-Man, which is taking one knee out to the same side, the elbow, like this. You'll be moving from side to side, aiming your knee for your elbow, and go. Here the goal is to keep your butt down towards the ground as far as possible. It's okay, though, if you need to raise it up a little bit to be able to continue doing the exercise through the whole 40 seconds, but just challenge yourself to start as low as you can. 10 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, this time on your back, you're gonna have your legs up straight, or as straight as you can get them. And you're touching the ankles or reaching for the ankles. Your feet should be about a foot apart, and you're reaching up. In 3, 2, and 1, go. So this is kind of like that straight arm crunch, except for you got your feet in the air. Still maintaining that gaze straight above your head on the ceiling. If you don't believe me about what that does to your neck, try doing a few reps when you're really crunching the neck in and putting your chin to your chest, and you can feel immediately that strain that starts to develop in the front of your neck. So we're trying to be safe with the neck. So a few more seconds here. 3, 2, 1, 20-second rest. Okay, so next, instead of the straight arm crunch, we're going to go into a reverse crunch. So that's going to be just bringing those hips off the ground like this. Okay, so we're going to do that starting in 3, 2, 1. And this is one where you want to do as much as you can. Try not to flop back to the ground. Like a slow, controlled, as much as you can, lower to the ground with those hips. Hands are at your side on the mat. Good. Looking good. Keep it up. 10 seconds. And 3, 2, and 1. Okay, one more round. We only have 3 minutes left today. Oh, look at us getting through this workout on a Thursday. Okay, so back to the hip abduction and extension. We're starting that here in 3, 2, 1. Toe tap out to the side, foot raised to the ceiling. And doing on the other side, out to the side, up to the ceiling. Good. Challenging yourself to start with your hips as low to the mat as you can. Raising up over time if you need to. Final few seconds here. Hold on to it. You can do it. 3, 2, and 1. 20 seconds to rest. Back to those ankle touches. So right leg is straight, left leg is bent. Taking that right hand to the left ankle for your crunch, your cross body crunch. We're starting these in 3, 2, and 1. Reach to that left ankle. Whew, anyone else feeling their abs right now? Oh, I'm on fire over here in Pittsburgh. Tell you what. Wow. Switch sides in 3, 2, 1. Right knee bent, left leg straight. Reaching with your left hand to that right ankle. Oh. Okay, 20 seconds to rest, and we are almost to our last exercise. How about that? So the next exercise is going to be your straight arm crunch. So you'll be on your back, keeping those arms straight and crunching up. And we're starting that one in 3, 2, and 1. Last exercise. Remember to have a slower, controlled lowering to the ground. Good. Reach up, slow lower. All right. Last 15 seconds. Look at you go. You've got this. And 3, 2, and 1. Okay, we're going to start out our stretching with something that will feel good for your abs from all that ab work we just did. So this is like a bit of cobra-ish kind of stretch. So you'll be in this position here, chest up. You can also do this on a chair if that feels better for you to kind of stretch like this. But anyway, we are pulling through all of those abdominal muscles that you just worked so hard for 9 minutes straight. Believe it. I'm going to hold that for a few more seconds. Really take some deep breaths. Feel that stretch in through your midsection. All right. So I want to do a little bit of a calf stretch, and there's a couple ways we can do this. We can kind of do like a version of a down dog where you're on one leg, like the heel is to the ground, and then the other leg just kind of rests behind. And the chair version of that is going to be like your forearms on the chair. Still, that one leg is straight behind you, heel touching the ground, and then you're just leaning forward until you feel a good stretch in that calf. So you're standing on one leg, heel is in contact with the ground, and you're just kind of decreasing that angle at your ankle until you can feel a stretch. Switch sides. This is a great calf stretch, but you should feel a little bit of stretch through the whole back of your leg, which is helpful for what we've done today. Oh. So how about it? We made it through the whole month. Congratulations, everyone. I'm excited for February. Switch legs again. So for those who are watching the recording, and for some of you that like to repeat these workouts, the workouts for January will be still available until February 1st, and then those will be unavailable because I'm going to start recording the February workouts. But just so you know, you'll have access to this workout until the 1st of February. Switch sides. Okay. And we are definitely needing some work on the chest. So we are headed to the wall, a door frame, whatever that you can place your hand on and pull your body away from, and twist your body away from the wall until you feel a chest stretch. This is 10 minutes of push-ups today, 9 minutes of abs. Everyone, so great. A great workout this morning. But thank everyone again that did the survey. So we switched sides for the chest stretch. Had about 50% of people that responded to the survey, which is great because I really got some excellent feedback. I'll send out another link for that in case you missed it, but really appreciate those who've taken the time to do that. Switch sides again for the pec stretch. And one more time on the other side for your pecs. Get that chest some love today. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Hope to see you next month, which is going to be on a Tuesday. So thank you, everyone, and enjoy the rest of your week.